Hey everyone, welcome back to Ontario Gardening. So it is garlic season. We are pulling it off, we are curing it, and we are going to start using it in recipes. And so I thought I would share some great ideas on how to do that. First off, this week we are showing you how to do fermented garlic. So we're doing that inside honey, and people use this over salads and pizzas as drizzles or in cooking. They also use it as a great antibacterial medicine. So people will take the cloves right out of the jar and eat it, or they'll take the teaspoon of the infused honey and use it that way because garlic has so many amazing properties, especially during cold and flu season. And it is really simple to make. I just want to apologize for the noise in behind me. I've got an ice machine running beside me. But today I am showing you how to do it, and you only need garlic, unpasteurized or raw honey, and a splash of apple cider vinegar. So very quickly on some education with this, because a lot of times you'll see this online and it doesn't include apple cider vinegar or anything like that. We are going to use that in my recipe because there is a chance of botulism in this recipe. The reason being is because the pH levels on honey themselves can vary depending on where you have sourced your honey. And sometimes it's not even where you've sourced it, it's where the bees themselves have sourced it. So a lot of the times they get their pollen and they make honey from different plants and stuff, and each one of them produces a different pH level in their honey. So there's a deep dive you can do about that. But moral of the story is you've got pH levels that are wonky already in honey, and then you go and add garlic in there, which have no pH levels to begin with, and it can create botulism. The chances are super low. If you wanted to skip the vinegar and just do pH test strips, you can, and consistently test this as you're making it. I'm going to skip all that extra cash, that extra step, and just add a splash of apple cider vinegar. It's going to help with the fermentation, and it's going to keep the acidity up so we don't have to worry about any of that. I don't want to create fear or any of that kind of stuff. This is just education, because a lot of times, like I said, in recipes, it skips that portion, and that it is something to be mindful of. So all you're going to do for this recipe is we're going to fill whatever vessel you're using halfway with garlic cloves. You want them peeled, and you can, if you like, give them a slight crushing. That's going to help speed up the fermentation process. So just peeling off the paper from these until each clove looks like this, and then totally up to you, but use a flat knife and you basically just put pressure and you crush it. I'm not doing this without using both of my hands because I don't want to lose a finger, but just a little bit crushed and you can smell it already. And we're gonna go ahead and add those to our jar, fill it halfway. Okay, so now what we want to do is take our unpasteurized raw honey, and you need to make sure that it's unpasteurized, because that's going to make sure it has all its benefits and whatnot. And we are going to pour the honey on top and completely submerge the cloves and make sure that all of them are submerged and that the honey is surrounding all of it. And you can continue to fill the honey to the top of the jar, but leave about an inch of head space. For visual effect, I'll just show you guys. So I'm pouring that in, and you're gonna have to wait and let it slowly drip all the way through. You can definitely use a knife to help the situation along. And here we are here. Like I said, all of the garlic is surrounded by honey. No air pockets, so see this little air pocket here? You're gonna wanna get rid of that. And just making sure all of it is completely submerged. Now, if you have some that's floating to the top, just make sure we're pushing it down, and just making sure all of it is covered and nothing is sticking above the honey. So this is at the time where we can add our splash of vinegar. And if you're a what is a splash type of person, I would say about a tablespoon. And you're gonna wanna go ahead and stir that vinegar into the mix as well, because we wanna make sure it's coated, and we don't want the vinegar all to just sit at the top. That can create a mold issue. Now it's at this point, because we can go ahead and do this and all of the garlic will float to the bottom and whatnot. For the first couple weeks, every day we're gonna come and we are gonna move our garlic around in the jar. And this is gonna make sure everything is just moving around in there. We have a lid on it to make an airtight seal. Once a day, you're going to want to burp it as well. Burping is basically just releasing the gases of the fermentation out of our honey. So you just open the lid, wait for the little hiss or the burp, and that is going to take care of any pressure buildup. If you don't do that, it's possible that you blow a lid because the fermentation is going to become so strong. So for the first couple weeks, like I said, we're burping it, we're shaking it around a couple times a day. It is ready within about 4 weeks, but for best flavor and best marinade, they say 3 to 6 months. So I'm going to write the date on top of this so that I don't forget. And we're going to put this in a cool and dry place that's not in direct sunlight. So for me, that's just going to be in my cupboard with my vanilla. So that is it for making fermented honey with garlic. It's a fun little experiment. So we will talk to you soon for more ways to use your garlic and other garden produce. Bye.